Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is March 9th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other. Get educated, and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. We can help you with that and all at Right Side Trading, or me personally, Solomon Davis. Let's just go ahead and jump on in here and take a quick look at this. What we can see right away, we did make a new weekly high, and we do have a red doji on the weekly chart at a top. But we'll get a little bit more into that as we move on. Let me maximize this chart here. Let me do this. And let's go here. On the quarterly chart, we are still above that yearly R1. And like I said, we did make a new high. We're still at this. We're still looking very bullish. Let's go ahead and go down to the weekly chart and see what we see. The monthly chart and see what we see there. On the monthly chart, again, we're still above the 10-9 moving average, so that means we're still in a bull market. We are getting a little bit extended. We can end up getting a little pullback. We've been expecting this probably for the last couple of weeks, but it hasn't happened yet. But that's what I see here, and we're still in a bull market. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, this is where it starts looking kind of interesting. And on the weekly chart right now, we have a red doji and all, but we've had red hammers. We had green dojis when we thought we were at the top. We did get a little bit of a pullback, but with this red hammer doji looking right here, we ended up with a big green week the next week. That's why I say plan your trades, trade your plan, and make sure you follow whatever your strategy is at this time. Thinking that we're getting ready to go into a bear market, I would be very careful. Even though this is what you look for, when you are trying to get bearish, but you need to wait for your confirmation. You need to wait for maybe your second candle and maybe even your third candle. You're not going to miss out that much if this thing ends up trying to really drop. See, this was first week right here, second week, and if you got in it, just don't let it scare you out. If based on your plan and based on your strategy, you may have been still in this trade and you would have caught all this to the downside, coming all the way back down here to this 50 moving average. That's what I want to show you. Just be patient with your trade and your trading strategy, whatever it may be, and make sure you don't get burnt on this thing doing something like what it did here, where it turned red, you got in right away, and then the next week all you're doing is crying. All right, let's go on down to the daily chart and see what we see there. On the daily chart, this is where I know you can be really getting excited if you're on the bear side and you're looking at this stuff right now. Let me just right here, we did what we had I did what we've been seeing on Fridays, where we make a new high. It doesn't happen on Friday. It ends up at that high and usually closing near this high. But this time it closed out here below the previous day close. This is where the previous day opened. This is the open. This is the close. I'm going to do a thing on candles and looking at candle patterns, since that's what I mainly look at. And we can't, based on one of my rules, the first of the week we started above pivot and we stayed above pivot. That's one of my other little things that I like. But right here, this is another, these two candles here is another candle pattern. And all you need to be kind of somewhat aware of here. What I'm looking at is right here. These two here are actually called a bearish engulfing and all. So it's just, you take it with a grain of salt when you start seeing these things, but just want to make you be aware of them. Here's one right here also in this little view that I'm giving to you. A lot of times you can get a little bit of what I call a little bit of a pullback, but then in this market, you better have a plan. You better have a strategy that you've tested, and you know how much you should be getting on your trade, and you know how much you should be losing on your trade. Because with these patterns showing up, doesn't really mean that much. It means that we might have a little more volatility in the market, but we are in a bull market, and you got to be kind of aware of that. And if you you got a good plan, got a good strategy, you'll be able to catch as much of that. If it's a pullback or a drop, you'll be able to catch as much of that as you really need to make the money that you really want. Maybe not what you really want, but what the market is really to give you at that time and all. And that's all I really want to share. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.